and then throws a shoulder for good measure.
This team this year. That is true. High in the air. Right center field. Brandon Compton. Welcome to 2025. Today. This one the other way. It gets no going back. That's the drag. Walks up and down.
Edwards pulls off and buries it. Richardson drives out for Robbie Ryan. Hurt three right on the money.
Takes his shot for Darby. Flag out. Doesn't matter. Touchdown.
What is up, my Pitchfork Lunch peeps? Welcome into, Thursday's edition of Pitchfork Lunch. And yes, we are going to get some Sun Devil thirst quenched as the track and field championships, as I talked to you, got underway yesterday. It was the men that started things off. Obviously, the decathlon got going, but individual events. Apologies. So, yes, I am Michael Carrington at Diablo005 underscore on X, formerly known as the Twitter. You can check out the show live there every day, like you're doing now, Monday through Friday, 12 to 1. And also, my Pitchfork Lunchers. I know this is going to sound so crazy because you can go to the wonderful world of the good old IG and check it out there. All you do is go to michael.caratinudo.5 on Instagram, and guess what? You are loaded, locked and loaded to check it all out. As the show's live there. And guys, you know, at the YouTube channel, don't be bashful. Don't be bashful. Check it out there because you want to go to YouTube and watch live, but you also need to subscribe because you have missed a plethora, as you know, a plethora of phenomenal controversies here on Pitchfork Lunch, whether it be coaches, players, voices, analysts, insiders, alum from many different generations. Yeah, you know it. You know what I'm talking about. So you can check it out on there as well as um, you can check it out there. And when I say you missed a plethora, guys, well, first of all, Pitchfork Lunchers, the vet Pitchfork Lunchers, I'm going to say. For the newbies, I'm glad you're here. Forks up to that. Glad you're joined. But I'm going to say, shame on you. Where have you been? Because the phenomenalists, like I said, that you've missed. Um, um, the phenomenalists that you missed. Yeah, it's a little bit of a bummer, but you can subscribe to the YouTube channel, and then you can go back. And when I say a lot, I mean season 1 and season 2, right? Season 1, then season 2, and now obviously season 3 getting ready to wrap up as we are in the tail end of season 3 here on Pitchfork Lunch. But what I'm saying to you is subscribe, and you can binge watch season 1, keep watching season 3, binge watch season 2, and yes, keep watching season 3. And then by the time season 4 starts, you guys will be all set to go and all caught up. Because again, we have friends of the program, we have great guests, we have friends of the program. So when they come on, obviously, we don't talk about the same stuff over and over again. Yeah, we don't talk about the same stuff over and over again, but you can get caught up. So when they do come on, guess what? You're like, oh, okay. And then you'll see, oh, that makes sense. Or, oh, I see. Okay, look at that going on. So nonetheless, go to YouTube. You see my name, Michael Carrington. You guys know how to get there. But my page is at M as in Michael, V as in Victory, C as in Champ 005, at MVC005 on YouTube, and subscribe away. Like I said, to get all caught up. Yes, a lot going on today. Track and field championships. I will show you the highlights of what Jaden Davis did in the 400 yesterday. I know a lot of you already saw. 21st overall. Absolutely, again, NCAAs. And the young man from Alabama did go under 44 again. 2 runners in the 400, one under 44. So, yeah, that is lightning, my friends. One time around the track. But that is that. But yeah, Jaden Davis. Taking, again, had a hell of a season, and it's just Dayton Carlson also in the 800, but we'll see Jaden Davis's 400. Pardon me, sorry about that. He finished with he went 46.26, which again, and to go sub 44, like, it's just, again, that teeny bit of difference, guys, is insane. And track and field, again, Summer Olympics, you go from me TV wise, like, you have swimming, and then swimming leads into track and field. Yes, there's other awesomeness going on, like hoops and regular 5-on-5, but the 3-on-3 hoops as well. And then obviously gymnastics, you know, in the Summer Olympics as well. But it's one of those things where, and we also had a world record in the 110 meter high hurdle set. So, again, if you're not watching this stuff, guys, you need to well, now that the World Cup started too, because Mexico is playing South Africa right now. So, you know me, soccer head coach Winkworth on talking about it. Absolutely crazy what is going on there in Mexico City. The crowd is just awesome. So with the World Cup starting and everything with the championships, but you need to check these out. The women are getting going today, so that is absolutely awesome. But yeah, so I'm going to step aside real quick. When we get back, though, we're going to see Jaden Davis's heat in the 400. Like I said, 21st overall with a 46.26. We'll see Jaden Davis's 400 meters when we get back, and then I'll talk more about that. The girls 4x100 team at 5:05 tonight. They're going to get going. Inez Lopez in the discus not going till Saturday. So yeah, all that good stuff. But we'll talk about it. We'll talk about it here, yes, on here on Pitchfork Lunch. So we'll step aside and have more coming up.
Audio inside of Ogazi, and then Tomljanovich of Arkansas in lane 7.
Overstress how much of an advantage it is for a runner to be running in college who has already run an Olympic final. Sam Ogazi, who finished 7th in Paris. He really has been to the top of the mountain. He's seen every level, every championship, as he's just cruising down the back straightaway. The defending champion already just dominating his 3rd and final heat.
Well, so confident that he knows he can get out in the first 200 meters and still have all that strength and power at the end. Among Glasgow from LSU, second from the left. He's had a good season and part of the national leading 4x4 team for LSU. But look at Ogazi now, just relaxing right away from this field.
It's going to be Ogazi and Marchand for the automatic qualifying spots. Jade Marchand from Georgetown and Trinidad and Tobago comes up with a very strong finish, 45.26 for him. But Ogazi just cruises a 44.73. No big deal. Just another day at the office. The defending champion making it look easy, as he often does.
Well, one of the tactical changes that Ogazi made this year is he's determined to get out faster in the first 200 meters. He would be really lazy and just kind of lay back and then use that strength at the end of these 400 meters. But he's more engaged now. He's pushing the first 200 meters, and that just means trouble for the rest of his competitors. When he gets out and runs a high 21-second 200 meters, it's like, look out. He's just done amazing things. And I think Michael Norman's 2018 NCAA record in the 400 meters should be on record watch on Friday.
It's going to be warmer that day. If the wind cooperates, I wouldn't be surprised if they take a run at that. Ogazi wins the heat. Jaden Marchand, they're the automatic qualifiers. It turns out.
Yes, back here on Pitchfork Lunch shot right there. Jaden Davis in that heat with Ogazi, like you guys saw and heard right there. Young man's gone under 44 this year in the 43s. So, but yeah, Davis with a 46. He went 44.29 earlier, like you heard earlier in the season. And I mentioned it yesterday. It was earlier in the season, but man, he'd been running. And again, you're at championships, and in his heat, 46.26 in that first 2. But again, if a guy gets out and Ogazi, and he can see Ogazi, because again, with the stagger, he is to his right ahead of him. So Ogazi's not, well, that young man's not trying to look back at anybody. But again, you heard him say right there, got out to a high 21 in the 21-second split at the 200, and the high 21s, and that is just trucking. I mean, I know the 200, you see a lot of 19-second you see a lot of 19-second runs and all that good stuff. Not, well, 19-second, to 19, 20 seconds was still for a 400 to go out in 21. So, yeah, I mean, it's one of those things where, but showed it right there. I mean, 46-26, again, a hell of a season for Davis. Again, was able to accomplish big meets, even, at the Western Regional just 2 weeks ago. And, yeah, like I say, qualifying for the championships earlier in the season with the 44.29. But, I mean, he's been around 44.45 all season long. So, again, man, that's just that speed. And, again, if you don't stay within yourself, and, a lot of times in the 400 too, which, again, is a sprint, as we all know, Um, so it's one of those things where, I mean, when you think about it, and getting out, like you said, in the splits and what you run within yourself, yes, everybody's going to be fast, but the energy in and of itself. So that is that. The women, the 4x1 team, 5:05 p.m. tonight. Like I said, if you guys are watching the World Cup, I understand. I totally get it. Yeah, if you're watching the World Cup, obviously Mexico playing South Africa right now. The U.S. plays tomorrow, so that's obviously a good thing. That's obviously a very good thing. The beautiful game as it is here in the U.S., Mexico, and Canada. So, we got 3 countries hosting, but it'll be fun. And again, you guys saw when we talked to Coach Winkworth what we had going on there. So, nonetheless, yeah. But I want to shift to baseball. Landon Hairston, guys, is coming back for year 3. And I know it's crazy because even in this day and age, I still laugh. Not so much laugh at them, but with the transfer portal and everything. I mean, if somebody's staying, I mean, and again, I do get the appeal to it, but again, just announcing that they're staying, running it back. But yeah, he'll be back for year 3, and you got a Golden Spikes finalist. I mentioned that yesterday. The video of the call is really awesome. I'm going to show you guys that tomorrow. I saw the video of the call, so yeah, that in and of itself, very, very, very awesome. But yeah, he'll be back for year 3. So again, they're guys that transferred in that were one and done. Dominic Smaldino, Dean Toigo, New Contradas, obviously senior, but injuries, he's gone. Let's see. Well, no, Brody Briggs should be back. There's a few that entered the portal, and I'll get to that tomorrow. But Harrison, again, the Golden Spikes finalist, well deserved because he earned it. And it's just, again, his season is already echoing in the mystical halls of Sun Devil tradition, and where like my grandpa used to say, where the ghosts of baseball pass, hang out, and just tip the cap to each other, and nothing but respect. So in the halls of Sun Devil baseball, his season that he just had, the 28 home runs, hitting over 400 for, pretty much the whole season. He was up in the 450s. I said, I think almost 460, like 460 at one point, but still to finish over 400 with the 28 home runs, the record, everything, and playing left field, but then moving over to center field, like Landon Hairston, this, and look, the 375, the 3 finalists for the Golden Spikes. Crazy talented, crazy talented, as we know, and they're all there of their own rights. But man, Harrison, get that, and then he's coming back because whether people tampered or not, quote unquote, as I always say, tampered, right? I'm sure, yes, obviously money would have been trying to fly to this guy, but they stay behind what they say. And a lot of the players, obviously these players do, but they're here, they're getting developed. They're working with guys that just get it. And an alum head coach, 15-year MLB player, and Willie Bloomquist, again, love what he's doing. Played under Pat Murphy, love the step up and everything. So yeah, big fan of Harrison coming back. But we are going to wrap on this as we're going a teeny bit over. But we are going to wrap on this, my friends. No, not the World Cup, but hey, you should be watching the World Cup. It is the beautiful game, and the fact that it's in 3 countries, and then the next World Cup, I'll talk about that tomorrow too. We'll go down that rabbit hole tomorrow a little bit. because this one just started, so we're not trying to end this one right now. Although, I mean, well, the U.S. got the automatic qualifier, but with Italy not here again, just extremely frustrating. But anyway, that being said, a lot of talent, a lot of greatness here. But speaking of talent and greatness, Sun Devil football recruiting, guys, camps are going on, and Coach Tuitella and I talked about this, and that's why I had asked him the question. I thought he came up with the golden ticket from last year and these golden ticket recipients from last year. Well, these camps are going on, 7-on-7's going on, guys. This is the time of year that they're going to come out. So, I mean, let's just keep our head on a swivel for that. And it's funny because I went back and I looked, which, obviously for prep I do, but I was like, when did they start? Because after I talked to him, and then last night I was starting to think, and I was like, hey, so yeah, I mean, there are 27s to sign up for, these local kids and the golden ticket, which is just absolutely awesome. Yeah, absolutely awesome. So, it's one of those things where when you look at it and you're like, oh, okay. And then, yeah, and it is just, hey, Coach Dillingham, like Coach Tuitella said, man, it's Coach Dillingham and, obviously the recruiting staff, marketing it, like great idea. So I'm just saying, camps are still going, 7-on-7 is still going. So let's check that out. But I will say, yeah, I will say that it is just awesome to see. So we'll see. Like, I mean, everybody's talking too. There's a lot there, so we'll see. But I'm saying, keep your head on a swivel. Obviously, I will. As we're going here, but yeah. And again, like I said, the speed, what they've got for the 27. I'll give you the list tomorrow so far. Who signed from the 27s, or who? Sorry, I can't. I say signed. My apologies. Who verbally committed, and yes, some have completely shut down their recruiting. They let them know, because again, verbal commitment, teams can find other coaches teams. They'll still talk to whoever, but if they shut down their recruitment, they're in. So that's one of the things where but yeah, I'll get you the list, because again, it's been pretty awesome 27s list so far to this point for the Devils and what Coach Dillingham has done. So yeah. So we'll get into that tomorrow too. But yeah, I just wanted to mention that because, guys, again, start keeping your, you'll see things around, and again, it'll blow up. You'll see it. I'll definitely talk about it, as will others. As you know, friends of Pitchfork Lunch, the Sun Devil, in Sun Devil Nation, will be sitting there talking about it. But I definitely will be, because I loved that last year. I was like, that is just genius. So awesome 27s have signed, and yeah, big fan. Big fan of that. So, but hey, that's going to do it for today. Oh, Dayton Carlson, by the way, man, we'll get to that tomorrow, the 800. But yeah, he also finished just outside the but he's a second team All-American. Jacoby Tharp, by the way, he was the young man who broke the 110-meter high hurdles record, world record at the outdoor championships. I told you I'd mention that, and yes. But he finished 15th, Dayton Carlson, and I'll have his race for you tomorrow. Dayton Carlson did 147 flat, and I mean just at 15th, and 14th was 146.99, 13th was 146.98. You get what I'm saying there? So I mean he was on the cusp, but 9th, or the and it's crazy because had Dayton Carlson been in Heat 1, he would have automatically qualified because it's the top 2 and then the next 3 fastest times. So each heat. So like Miles Brown, who was 16th at 147.01, 16th time best time overall, 147.01, but he was first in his heat. Carlson was 7th in the second heat. Again, had he been in the first heat, he would have. And you run at 147, he would have qualified. Because Trice Taylor was in he went 146.98, so it would have been Trice Taylor, and then Miles Brown actually wouldn't be going on. So, but again, that's just the craziness of it because the next 3 fastest times for the qualifying were Alon Clay of Penn State, the 145.76. Camden Law, another from Michigan, at 145.56, or 145.559. Him and Colin Shulman of NAU did qualify, though, with the one, again, 45.56. He went 5.60, and Camden Law went 5.59. So, but again, the Harvard of the Pines gets a qualifier. But yeah, so Nico Schultz of Penn State, 145.57 was one of the next 3 fastest times, along with Alon Clay, his teammate, 145.76. And oh yeah, Camden Law, like I said, 145.56. So madness. But yeah, man, Forks with him. We'll show the race tomorrow. So gonna get out of here though. Again, that will do it for today. Again, keep your eyes out, guys. Head on a swivel for the golden tickets again, as they are on. I'm guessing again. Stay tuned for them. Unless they change it up. I haven't heard anything again. And again, Coach Drew, I didn't ask him that, but no need to message him because again, he doesn't. He's busy. They're busy looking at players, and it's yes, nonstop. So, but nonetheless, gonna get out of here, guys. Have a phenomenal rest of your Thirsty Thursday. Hopefully, we keep quenching that Sun Devil thirst. But of course, there's always more because come on, Forks Up. It's Sun Devil Nation. You guys know this. So I'm going to get out of here. But again, thanks to reigning back-to-back Big 12 champs, women's volleyball. It is hashtag our state, School Down South. Remember that because volleyball has definitely taught you that lesson the last few seasons. As they've definitely taught you that lesson the last few seasons. But just in general, it is hashtag our state. Understand that. And you guys know it. Go Devils. And as always, see you tomorrow, same bat time, same bat channel. But as always, force up.
I went to Arizona State. Right. I'm a Sun Devil, man.
27-yard line. That's a great call, too. Blake Baker, Plummer will put it up, throws over the middle. Poole, touchdown. Quick flag.
3rd down and 5. Levitt swings it to Scatterboom. Scatterboom breaks defenders. Here he goes again. Another
Scatterboom is the running back, and he is immediately met in the backfield, runs through the contact, and then throws a shoulder for good measure.
This defense here. That is true. High in the air. Right center field. Brandon Compton. Welcome to 2025.
The other way. Still going back. That's the drag. Walks up and down.
Edwards pulls off and buries it. Richardson drives out for Robbie Ryan. Hurt 3 right on the money.
Daniels takes his shot for Darby.